Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. If this is your first time here, thank you so much. I am going to make a crock pot meal today, and I thought I would bring you along. I'm putting it on quick before I go to church. When I come home, I'm doing some canning, some other projects. Sometimes Sundays are busy days. But it's stuff I enjoy, so it's not like I'm working, you know, I enjoy it. So today I am going to make broccoli and beef in the crock pot. And I am using venison steaks, but you can use round steak, sirloin steak, you can use chuck steak, you can use chuck roast that you cut up then. Whatever's on sale or whatever you have in your freezer, that's what you're going to use. And if I didn't say, my name is Renee, and thank you so much for stopping in today. I really appreciate it. And if this is your first time here, well, welcome. So my meat is still mainly frozen. I put it on in the, oh my gosh, brain's going too fast. I put it in the microwave just so I could get the wrapper off. And I made this like 2-3 weeks ago, and this was so good. So that's why I wanted to share this recipe and how I did it. So I'm just going to put this in there. Now to this, I am going to add a cup of beef broth. And what I used is just broth base. And it works out really well. And then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I use the less sodium. You can also use liquid aminos. I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder. I am not going to add my vegetables at this point. I am going to add them later on so they're not overly cooked, if that makes sense. I'm going to add teaspoon of ginger, and if you have fresh ginger or in your freezer or fresh in your crisper, you can use that. I just happen to not have any right now, so I am going to put some minced onions, 1 tablespoon, and I'm going to add some minced garlic. If I had fresh, I would mince that up, but I have about a teaspoon left in this jar. The garlic I had wasn't so good anymore. So the recipe that I use, or based on, there's several, they use brown sugar, and I'm trying to cut back somewhat on sugar, you know, added sugar. So if you wanted to do brown sugar, put 1/3 to 1/2 a cup of brown sugar in now. I'm going to add this G Hughs sugar-free stir-fry sauce. I really like it. The flavor, the flavor is really good. So I have 1/3 a cup here, and I'm going to add that. It has garlic and vinegar and tamari. It has soy sauce. It has lime juice. It has ginger, onion. It does have some artificial sweetener. So I understand if you don't want to use that, but that's what I'm using today, and it works out really well. Did you hear that pop? I opened it, and I'm going to add just a couple of little squirts of sriracha. Jim doesn't like real spicy. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. This meat gets so tender and flavorful. And 1/2 teaspoon, I'm going to do more like 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I can add more later. So that's all there is. This is it. I am going to put the lid on this and let it go on low. When I come back from church, hopefully it's thawed enough then, and then I can take the meat out and slice it and put it back in. And then about an hour before I go to serve it, I'm going to add some broccoli florets. I am going to add some sliced carrots. You can do shredded carrots for more like Mongolian beef, but I like to have more substance to my carrots. I might even add a little bit of celery because I have some fresh celery. But you can add whatever you want or what you don't, what your family likes. If you have pea pods in the house, add those. If you have water chestnuts, add those. But this is so flavorful and so tender. So I'm going to turn this on for 6 hours. Actually, I'm going to put it on 8 hours on low. So I'll bring you back. And I'm going to cook some rice to go with it, but I also have cauliflower rice, so I'm going to cook some of that. And sometimes to cut back on the carbs, what I do is, if I still want that rice texture, I mean, I love cauliflower rice, but sometimes I want the starchiness. But if I put like 1 cup of cauliflower rice and add like a 1/4 cup or 1/3 cup of white rice to it and mix it up, it gives me more of that texture of regular rice and that, that bite. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. There's some garlic on this spoon. I'm going to add it. Okay, so like I said, this was just a quick video. It was so good last time I cooked it that I wanted to share it. And it's something I just threw together on a day I was home working. I'm back from church. The meat's thawed, so I'm going to slice it up fast and stick it back in the pot. And stick it back in. This meat gets so tender. So here is the meat in the crock pot all sliced, and I will let that cook this afternoon. Then about an hour before we go to eat, I'm going to add in the broccoli and carrots. Okay, it is like an hour or so from dinner. So I'm going to add frozen broccoli florets. I was going to do carrots too, but I don't feel like cutting up carrots. I've been canning today, so I did put a little bit of green and red pepper in there because I had a little bit left over from canning. So let me grab a spoon. Mix this together. And this will cook during the last hour or so. And then if I want it thicker, I just need to add cornstarch slurry, and turn it up to high. So I'll make that decision later. Okay, I did do some carrots. So I'm gonna add those in, turn it up to high, and just cook them till the vegetables are all tender. It is ready, and I spilled the cauliflower rice cauliflower everywhere. So I'm going to add a little bit of regular rice to it, like I told you. It just helps with the texture some. And I had 2 egg rolls in the freezer, so I cooked those. I did not thicken this. I've been canning and everything today, and it's fine to me. I like to add just a little bit of sriracha. And I hope you try this recipe. We all love easy crock pot meals, or at least I do. They're like my favorite thing to make during busy times. So Thank you for stopping in at Pike Creek Farm. And if you like this video, that really helps my channel, and subscribe to see more. Thank you for stopping in. I'll see you next time at Pike